Yo.
You're unshaven like I am.
Just a little goat. Just a little goat.
Fourth day of the summer shakedown, as I'm calling it here on the West Coast. Fourth day of this week.
Yeah, it's just machines chasing machines, dude.
Oh, right, machines, yes.
Yes.
So let's talk. 2 weeks, 1308 when we opened post debt ceiling, raised to 1077.
Yeah, but that's a yes. That's fair enough. The cash markets haven't traded down there.
Right.
That's your bogey.
Yeah, so I still think at some point, whether it's now or in 3 months, we're going to test that 1077 intraday, not overnight. You know, we went from that basically that 11-12 area keeps holding now, and that went about 3 or 4 times intraday. So that 11:10, 11:12, what did we hit? 11:05 maybe. Again, that was pre-market again today. I don't know. I just want to talk. We haven't talked all week.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, I think this whole deal with S&P downgrading our country has something to do with, basically Bernanke having everybody's back in the treasury market, and he wants you to go out and buy risk, which are equities. But yet this allows, what this does behind the scenes is allows corporations to roll over debt. So ultimately, I guess, if you're bullish about corporations rolling over debt and potentially, I guess they're encouraging everybody, right? Right now, banks are encouraging you to borrow money, if you can borrow it, if you have a means to pay it back,
right?
To essentially do an LBO of yourself, which, if you have a means to pay it back, and by a means to pay it back, you're going to have a job for the duration of the note. I would encourage you to do an LBO of yourself, because this is historically very cheap for you to do that.
Right.
But if you don't think if you are uncertain about your debt, or obviously many people can't LBO themselves by refinancing. That's essentially what it is. If you don't think you can do it, or unless you have the intentions of jingle mailing, don't do it.
So I was just talking, now you're starting to, I've actually seen some cases of moral hazard where people I know, acquaintances, have said, I know my house is nowhere near where I'm financing it through the bank. I can make the payment. I've been making the payment. I'm calling my banker trying to do a deal. They don't want to do a cram down with me. But if I do, then my credit's bad. Then they won't do a deal, is what they're telling me, even though I haven't done it. So why won't you do a deal with me now, knowing that I may jingle mail you? It's a vicious circle. And now, do you think that thought is creeping into more heads right now?
Well, as far as whose heads, the bankers' heads, or the people that need the moolah?
The consumers, yeah.
Well, I think there's far too many consumers. Ultimately, this is where mathematically we run into trouble, potentially, is that mathematically, with what the bankers think they can do and what the consumer can do, there's a huge gap between the two. Because, essentially we're at 2001 wages. We have commodities that are, whatever, you're paying X amount more for your commodities. Your U.S. peso is worth X amount more, in the neighborhood of 20%. I don't know. It just depends where you start calculating that from. But mathematically, so math does matter at some point.
What?
Well, to an extent, but see, this is how you can keep the game going. If corporations are able to roll over their debt, buy back stock. So
Carl, we didn't talk about this. I tweeted about it. You and I haven't talked about it, though. My 8-year-old son rolled a bunch of pennies and nickels and dimes that, we had been, stockpiling.
It's called shared sacrifice. I tweeted you that. He needs a second job to help pay for those banker fees.
So, I wasn't with him. My wife was with him, and my wife is totally not into this stuff. She could care less.
You should have spit his gum at him.
She said she couldn't. She said, just explain to me how I, the customer, want to give you, who is the bank, my cash, and you want to charge me? I said to her, yeah, just wait. I said, just wait when you come in with $240 $20 bills next time, and they'll charge you. I said, it's coming.
Yeah. Well, it's called shared sacrifice, right? That's the new way.
So then I'm at the coffee shop. This has been my, story of the day that I tell anybody who will listen, which isn't really anybody. But
anybody? Nobody will listen to you?
Well, I just ramble. Who's that crazy trader guy? He's crazy. He just comes in for coffee 3 times a day. I don't know what his deal is.
Yeah.
Anyways, I go in and my friend Brent out at the Looney Bean says, yeah. He goes, you think that's bad? Every time I do a deposit daily, they charge me $15 because my bank, and I won't name the bank, but my bank, because I put in $5,000 a month in cash or more, charges me $15 per deposit, period.
Well, why doesn't he buy a Liberty Safe and a Smith & Wesson?
That's what he's got, but really, you think about that.
He could be his own bank. He should just be his own banker.
You're open 30 days a month. I mean, why not hire an armed guard, right?
No, you hire yourself, man. Can't you write that off?
Concealed weapon? Yeah, probably cheaper.
Yeah. Everything, all your shooting supplies and everything, man.
So, once again, our stock of the day is long Smith & Wesson and long bullets. Who's Nosler? I'm long Nosler again. Too bad they're private. Yeah. Of course they're private because they make money.
How about Ruger? Ruger's junk anyway. But anyway.
Yeah, but Nosler makes those, those.
Yeah, I'm long Perazzi.
So we're long bullets.
That's right. I want it when Italy goes kaboom. I want the Perazzi plan.
Well, the Pope has never had his money in Italian banks, has he? That's why the Vatican has their own banking system.
Yeah, I'm Catholic and I don't know where he has his money, so I guess I'm not privy to that information.
Yeah, well, the Vatican has their own banking system, their own investment banking arm. They own the most real estate. They're the largest real estate holder in the city of New York, Manhattan. Definitely one of the largest gold holders.
Okay.
And
gold. I think gold's going to go up next week.
Where are we going? Where's your gold target?
Oh, I think we'll go higher than those recent highs. I just don't think that iPrint application on that app stops. So,
all right. Carl's long. I was covering some gold today at the 1740 average, got down to 35. I was covering some from the 1800 level. That's fine with me, 3%, and I'll be back in it again when it runs again. It's volatile.
Yeah, I sold some fuel in my boat to cover my margins in the gold market.
Hey, what did we hit? 75 a barrel on crude?
Oh, something like that. It was pretty
75
low.
A barrel, my friend. I said 60, 40 to 60, 20 to 60. We're getting there.
Nah, we're not going to get there. We're going to stay abnormally high, dude. We're going to stay high.
It's the only shot. Jimmy Obama. It's the only shot Jimmy Obama has at re-election now. Only shot.
The only shot that crude has getting below and staying below the 80 area, I believe, is if we truly do have a double dip.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
so this is what I would think about if you're a trader. So, these big up down days we've had in recent days, it's just machines chasing each other. But ultimately, do you really believe
is it all ball bearings? Is that what you're saying?
It's all ball bearings, yes. But ultimately, you need to figure out in your mind with the economic data that we have, I understand that markets and economies don't always go together, but right now they are, and I also believe a lot of this has to do with the, I guess the political bantering that's going on, the nothing that's getting solved, because that affects how we are as a country down the road. And so the uncertainty politically is affecting the markets. But I guess what you need to figure out is in case we were to teeter in that recessionary area, has the market priced that in?
Yeah.
Right here? Because I don't believe it has, if that's the case. And that's why I say I'm a buyer at 10XX. Okay? Yeah. And I think that 10XX would lie around, let's say 1068 half. But then if we tag that, but that's fine. Let's see if we do that first. But that low...
You're saying again, we already hit 7.7 though.
Yeah, we hit that 7.7 overnight though. I want to see it during the day in regular trading hours. Now that we've poked down there and opened things up, potentially that's your bogey.
Right.
And I believe it's just a little bit lower than that, and that would work out pretty sweet.
What was the SPX low intra?
Oh, I don't know. I don't watch cash markets.
Well, so what are you talking about then? What were we, 11.15?
I'm talking ES. So that's all I care about is ES. So
me too.
That's 70.
What's the low we've hit intraday? 1096, 98?
Oh, I'm not intraday. I do not know. There's no way. I don't believe we've hit that intraday.
Yeah, we were down there last Friday. We were down there Friday, weren't we?
I can hang on.
Come on.
I don't know. I don't watch cash, but
I'm not talking cash. I'm talking SPOOs. What was our low? Intraday. There we go.
Oh, it was intraday was today. It was because that all happened pre-market this morning.
That 11.05.
That's covering shorts at 04 half.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's still like 11.15.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
For a closing print. Now, if we go back down and close below 11.19,
yeah,
I believe that, and then we do it sooner versus later, that's not good.
Right.
Now, I believe the market, I mean, when you get that low, though, what are you going to do? Sell it down there? Like this morning, are you going to sell it down there or are you going to be covering it? You know what I mean? You're pretty far stretched.
I wasn't selling it at 11.05. I wasn't buying it either.
I was covering it at 04 half this morning.
I wasn't buying it today until 11.40.
Yeah. And then I tried to get cute and short 42 half, and I got my ass run over.
Well, I tried to short 26 all the way up to.
Okay.
So my average on the breakdown there was about 35. I stopped at 41 in reverse. So what are you going to do?
I told my buddies, this morning, I'm done. I said, I feel way too lucky. And then once we were up at 42, we had already tagged 44, and then we started to come down a little bit. Yeah. My buddy said, so you're telling me we're up 40 handles, you don't think this is safe to short it? I said, all right, short.
Not me. Once we got over 40, I figured we were going to go to 55, and we did. We went to 55, and then I figured, okay, and then after lunch lady land, still trend day, we're going to 75. Then we went to 84, so there you go. And then they sold them at the end.
I short 83 half, though.
Oh, good for you. I was done. I sold my long. I sold my long at 75. I didn't get short. I was done.
Oh, that's good.
I was 12.15.
So above, if we were to get it and close over 95 half,
then we go to 12.50. Yeah.
Then the Bears got troubles.
I agree.
So I can't tell you how this is going to play out if Obama's going to give Bernanke a tongue lashing well enough next Wednesday that he does something now, or if it's going to be later. I think the Fed will end up doing something.
All right, we're watching these levels. Here's the levels, guys. 11.15, basically 1,200. That's your next. Give or go. 85 either way, probably either side.
Big range. I mean, we've had 4 days historically of these ranges. This is what's happened these past 4 days now is not organic.
No.
So, no.
It's all ball bearings. All ball bearings. All right. Well, we'll try to come back here tomorrow, see where we are, maybe midday, and then we'll be back, of course, Monday. All right?
Yeah. Okay. Hey, you wanted to talk about short selling.
Well, we can talk about that tomorrow. We'll talk about Euro trash stopping short selling.
Oh, yeah. That ought to be fun in another 15 days. Okay, see you later.